My Father's Debt Part 4. The Storm. Hey loves, it's your girl Mila, and welcome back to Mila's TV. In the last episode, Daniel finally found light, his scholarship, success, and Grace's return. But every blessing attracts its own battles. This is Part 4. The storm where love is tested, pride rises, and Daniel learns that staying on top can be harder than getting there. Let's dive in. Part 4. The Storm. Chapter 31. The New Daniel. Life changed quickly. Daniel was now known as the scholarship boy. Newspapers wrote about him, people wanted to meet him, and teachers praised his name. But inside, he stayed humble until one day, he overheard classmates saying, "He's acting like a celebrity now." He laughed it off, but deep down, success was beginning to weigh on him. Grace noticed. "You don't talk like before," she said gently. Daniel replied, "Maybe I'm just tired." But in truth, he was changing slowly, silently. Success doesn't change you overnight, it tests who you truly are. Chapter 32. The Temptation. At an academic seminar in Lagos, Daniel met a girl named Vanessa, confident, beautiful, and bold. She admired his story and wanted to help him connect with big sponsors. Daniel was flattered, but Grace's voice echoed in his heart. Still, he found himself replying to Vanessa's late-night messages. It started as friendship, but feelings don't always ask permission. Every storm starts with a small, quiet wind. Chapter 33. Grace's Doubt. Grace sensed the distance. "Daniel, are we okay?" she asked. He avoided her gaze. "We're fine." But his tone wasn't the same. She'd seen the photos, Daniel and Vanessa at the conference, smiling too closely. Her chest tightened. "Maybe I'm just overthinking," she whispered to herself. But her heart knew the truth, something was changing. Trust is like glass once cracked, even love struggles to hold it together. Chapter 34. The Argument. It finally happened. Grace confronted Daniel after class. "Why didn't you tell me you were seeing her?" Daniel snapped. "Why do you always assume the worst?" I just know what I feel," she cried. Silence filled the air. Then Daniel whispered, "Maybe we should take a break." Grace's lips trembled. "So that's it." He didn't answer. Some storms don't come with thunder, just heartbreak. Sometimes we lose the ones who loved us most, not because they changed, but because we did. Chapter 35. Fame and Emptiness. Months passed. Daniel was winning awards, attending interviews, and working with major foundations. He had everything, except peace. Every night, he scrolled through old messages from Grace. Vanessa's world was glitter, but Grace's world had been home. He realized too late that success without love feels empty. You can rise above the world and still feel lost if your heart is empty. Chapter 36. Grace moves on. Grace poured herself into her studies and charity work. She smiled again, but differently now. Her strength came from pain, and her peace came from letting go. When her father noticed, he said, "You're stronger than I thought." She smiled softly. "I had to be." Healing isn't forgetting, it's choosing to live again. Chapter 37. The Scandal. News broke out that Daniel's NGO sponsor was involved in corruption. People began to question if Daniel was part of it. Social media turned harsh. The same people who once praised him now said, "He's just another fraud." Daniel felt his world crumble again. But this time, Grace wasn't there to comfort him. The same hands that clap for you can point at you when you fall. Chapter 38. A Mother's Wisdom. Daniel came home defeated. "Mama, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not meant for greatness." His mother smiled weakly. "You've been through worse, my son. Don't let lies destroy the truth in you." She held his face and said, "You fell before and you rose. You'll rise again." A mother's faith can rebuild what the world tears down. Chapter 39 Redemption begins. Determined to clear his name, Daniel went to the authorities and exposed the truth about the NGO fraud. His honesty shocked everyone and restored his reputation. The media called it the comeback of the year. But Daniel didn't care about fame anymore, he cared about peace. That night, he wrote to Grace. I lost myself trying to prove I was enough. You were right. Better is real. Redemption starts when pride bows to truth. Chapter 40 The Apology. Grace agreed to meet him at the park where they'd first talked years ago. Daniel stood nervously as she arrived. Grace, he began, I'm sorry for hurting you, for forgetting what mattered. She smiled gently. I forgave you long ago, Daniel. I just wanted you to find yourself again. He nodded, tears in his eyes. You helped me do that. As they watched the sunset, no promises were made, just peace. Love isn't always about getting back together sometimes, it's about growing apart with grace. Some storms come to destroy, others come to reveal who we really are. Daniel faced fame, failure, and heartbreak but found truth in it all. In the next episode, Part 5, The Rise, Daniel rebuilds not just his life, but his purpose. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your girl Mila, and this is Mila's TV.